Okay, Mace, thanks so much for that. Yeah, and it's quite a whirlwind tour that you saw there. So yeah, I mean, one of the things that Mason didn't mention maybe quickly is with all of the data that we've pulled together, really it's going to help us address climate change, and that's obviously a big issue that we're all confronting. And having access to all the historic data and being able to analyze it and to see what's coming at it, how that compares to where we're moving into the future is going to be a real key. And really what we've tried to do in our program is pay homage or respect to that historical data and really bring it to bear on any kind of question that might show up in your day-to-day workflow, whether you're looking at development applications, sewer construction, whatever you might be, the watershed management, and so on. And so you can come to the site and to the database and bring all these tools that Mason has developed to bear on your need for making decisions.
So the first question is how and where to explore the seasonal trends of groundwater level in Toronto, or how can we download groundwater level data from the website? So that was at 2:21. So I hopefully that answered the presentation answered your question, because once you get into the analysis tools, all the data that support that analysis can be downloadable. So once you click on that station and open the location and see the hydrology tools, there's always a download button that puts the table down of everything that was available to do that analysis. Sorry, Steve's whispering over here across the table. Okay, so the next question, I hope that answered it. The next question is for the water balance evaporation estimates using the McKink method, is there a local calibration correction factor? And does that factor change at all into the ORMGP area? I mean, the local correction factor are the parameters that I calibrate jurisdiction-wide. Of course, you can always hone into a particular station and have the parameters calibrate a bit better. But from my perspective, which is the entire 30,000 square kilometer region, I aim for consistency across the model domain rather than having any real localized parameterization, just for the sake of reducing the complexity of the model. The next question, does the tool show potential or actual evapotranspiration? The tool is actual evapotranspiration. I don't think we don't have on the tool potential. If that might actually not be a bad idea to have that if someone wants to get a quick map of that. But right now it's just actual. This is what the model has said has occurred based on the potential that has been fed to it. Next one, has the water budget tool been compared to previous regional studies? For example, Tier 3 modeling, where the groundwater surface water modeling provided maps of infiltration. Quick answer, no, they haven't. Really, the intention of this data set wasn't to override any models. It was more just to give a secondary, piece of data to rely on. I mean, you can see it's jurisdiction wide, so of course there are areas where Tier 3 models may not exist. So that's where some of our partners may need this information. Surely enough, it could be compared. Part of the reason too is that it is just a static measurement, so there are going to be differences. And what my hope is, once I create the ensemble version, they should envelope what we got in the Tier 3 modeling exercises. So, maybe one day I'll compare. Maybe it'll be a great a great reveal or a complete disaster. So we'll see when that happens. The second part of that question was, it was also previously mentioned that the tool may be used to review results of land development water budget analysis. In this case, there would likely be a pre and post development water budget where the effects of interest would lie within the post-development results. Is the water budget tool able to be tweaked to assess future land use? That's pretty interesting. That isn't on the books per se. It is more just to compare the existing condition with the development reviews. Having said that, there are tricks one could use, and maybe could be put into this website. I'll have to think about it, but tricks where you take a common built out area over a common superficial geology near the area and transpose the water balance model results onto this area, just to give you a quick rough sense. And again, this is just meant for ballpark review. And sorry, I'm just scrolling down. Next question, is it possible to view the source code R script for all or some of the queries? Nothing detailed description at the bottom, noting the detailed description at the bottom. So all of the R scripts are available on my GitHub page. I have used a lot of open source scripts myself in creating this. So this is you should thank the open source community. I mean, this isn't all done by myself. I just was able to find great pieces of code elsewhere, just like I guess any coder would, and put these into the website. So they are available. What aren't available are the scripts, and if this is specific to this question, scripts for querying our database, mainly because there is some security issue with that. I guess there must be passwords and stuff associated with that. I can get back to you, but if you want to follow up and ask me exactly what you're looking for, then I wouldn't be opposed to doing that. Is it possible to work in climate projection data into your platform? So yes, it is possible. That just gets a bit tricky. As I stated, I tend to look at trends into the past rather than projections into the future. But all of the models that are used, all the models that are in our custodianship program, can be applied to look at climate projections and see how future climate forcings are affecting the model results. I guess the difficulty with our platform is we would have to incorporate some means of accessing ensemble projections. And there's just a level of complexity and sophistication that I may not have the time to do all by myself, but it's not to say that it is impossible. It's just that we are really focused on the past up until the present, at least on our web platform. But in any case, all the tools, it is possible to work with climate data. This tool might be useful in urban flooding and vulnerability analysis. Are you aware of any municipality that has used this tool for such purpose? I am not.
CBC a little bit.
Yes, we've been talking with CBC a little bit, and I think they're on the webinar here, and just to sort of show that what's been done so far and how that may be able to help with your urban flooding and vulnerability analysis. But there is obviously a large urban element to that, and I'm always open for suggestions too of other types of time series analysis that may help for that purpose. But I guess short answer is, well, yes, but it hasn't been fully utilized. And mind you, this is all a work in progress. This website's been up a couple of years, and part of our series this month is to expose what we've done and hopefully garner greater partnership. Are you using gauge-adjusted radar rainfall in water budgeting? So at the moment, no, I am not. I am using at least that beta version of the water budget tool is just using interpolated data, probably an inverse distance square or a Thyssen polygon interpolation of the point data. But like I showed in my future plans, and by future I mean now I'm working on it, is working with those non-scalar, those distributed climate data sets like Kappa RDPA, SNODAS, the HRDPA. There's lots of great products out there. So soon the answer will be yes, that all the forcings for these water budgeting models will be based on radar adjusted rainfall. Next question, does the stream flow analysis have the function to do low flow statistics such as 7Q20 calculation? Yes, it does. And, well, sorry, I should say no, it doesn't, but that's not hard to implement. I was thinking of a table of the 7Qs and all that, but yeah, wouldn't be hard to do. I already have, you know, medians and 5th and 95th percentiles up there, so it wouldn't be hard. I mean, if it can be calculated in R, then it could be put up on there. So that's a good idea. I might just take a suite of just quick kind of scalar statistics to add to the water budget tool, or to the streamflow tool.
All everyone for attending today. We'll formally end the meeting in just a sec, but again, just a thanks to Mason for taking us through your work. Thanks everyone for joining us this afternoon, and we have one session left next Wednesday, where we'll try to pull a lot of what we've shown in the earlier 3 sessions together and try to take you through, similar to what Mason did a little bit, but you know, maybe more concrete examples that we've come across in the last few years. So with that, I will wrap it up officially, and again, thanks everyone for joining us this afternoon. Over and out.